The following program was paid for by the host. The views and opinions on this program are not necessarily those of this station, JBC Broadcasting, management, or its sponsors.
It's time to talk everything entertainment, sports, wrestling, movies, and more. The Vincent LaSpada Show, brought to you by LaSpada's Original Cheesesteaks and Hoagies on Florida Man Radio.
I'm the man, come round and nothing can break me down.
It's alive.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Vincent LaSpada Show for a hard-hitting and body-slamming February 20th, 2021. I'm your host, Vincent LaSpada, and let me throw it to my wrestling panel. They switched seats today. To my left, dancing his way to the top as a TikTok sensation, Niko Exxtra. What's going on, buddy?
The one, the only Niko Exxtra is here for your pleasure.
And on my right today, he is hardcore as you're going to get in the ring, Mike Knoxxx. What's going on, buddy?
What's going on, Vinny and Niko? What a day, what a show we have planned today. Let's get it started.
Well, today we're going to review NXT Vengeance. We're also going to give you the breakdown of WWE Elimination Chamber. And then we're going to talk about top matches of the week. What I thought was on the bill that fit the suit for what was this week. And then we're going to go to wrestling news. But let's throw it over to my man, Mike Knoxxx, for wrestling history.
Listen, guys, this week in wrestling history is really simple. It was a time when wrestling was at its highest apex in professional wrestling. 1989. Of course, everybody knows, if you don't know, I'm from Chicago, right? So we had the Chicago Heat match where finally Ricky the Dragon Steamboat took on Ric Flair and won his first ever NWA title match. And also on this day in 2013, The Rock, and we're going to talk about Little Rock later in the program today,
The
Vinny,
great
right?
one.
The great one himself introduced what has now become the new title in professional wrestling. We would call it, those who are championship belt collectors like myself, a belt king. We call it the logo title. The Rock introduced the new WWE title at that time back in 2013. We have The Rock in this week in professional wrestling, and also Ricky the Dragon Steamboat in Chicago Heat, Vinny, no less, winning his first NWA championship, buddy.
That's a big moment in wrestling history. I tell you that right now. But, you talked about The Rock. Let's go into it. Young Rock debuting this week. A real high rating. Very surprised. My take on the Young Rock, I did not see it as everybody did probably on the premiere. I watched this morning. And I got to say, as it took off, I started to lose interest. But I tell you what, as it started progressing, I know we were talking about this earlier. It has a guy that we like from Fresh Off the Boat.
Mm-hmm. The commentator. He's also in Marvel, WandaVision right now as Agent Lee and WandaVision. But yeah, Young Rock was 5 million viewers, Niko, which shocked a lot of people. But not me. It's The Rock, right? So he's going to run for president. I like the format of the show in itself. Niko, your thoughts?
I thought the show was amazing. I can't wait for next week. I think The Rock himself is a gold mine. And like I mentioned earlier on Twitter, he's going to be a billionaire.
Well, Daniel Park is who I'm talking about. He's off of Fresh Off the Boat. Mm-hmm. And if you don't know about Fresh Off the Boat, you are not in the boats. So you better get on the boat, because Fresh Off the Boat it's actually based out of here in Orlando.
Yes, it is.
And the family is they moved to Orlando to open up a steakhouse, which is perfect because Orlando has perfect steakhouses.
I love steaks.
They have the best steak.
If they're well done, you should lose. I'm sorry. If anybody eats a well done steak, just go ahead and smack yourself.
I don't know.
With ketchup, right?
Hold on.
Ketchup,
I know this is off subject.
Like my kids.
What about like a well done burger? Like, are we talking?
I think that's different than like a porterhouse.
I think a rare burger is gross.
What about like a really burnt hot dog? Like
I like burnt hot dogs though.
Oh yeah, I love
definitely
burnt
don't-
hot dogs.
I definitely don't want my hot dog medium rare.
No. Medium rare rat is what it is. We're eating.
Well, guys, let's talk about Raw this week. Opening up the show, Edge comes out. We still don't know who he's going to face for the championship at WrestleMania. So he comes out. He's on the dirt sheet with The Miz. And The Miz wasn't letting Drew McIntyre really talk at all. He kept going over him, interrupting him before he even talked. And then the Miz, Drew McIntyre warned him, hey, listen, you do it again. He gave him a serious headbutt. And then I tell you this, he took himself out of the Elimination Chamber. Now, hear me out, guys, okay? Hear me out.
Listen.
I have a whole play-by-play of how it should have went down. Okay? Real quick, I'm gonna lay it on you. You tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm crazy.
Go ahead and quarterback it.
The Royal Rumble, it focuses on The Miz and Goldberg for the WWE Championship. The way I pictured it and the way that I think it should have went down is Goldberg should have beat Drew McIntyre for the title. He should have had his 5 minutes of fame. Hold on. Should have had his 5 minutes of fame. The Miz should have ran down while Goldberg was not paying attention. Skull-crushing finale. Beat him for the title. What does that do? I'll tell you what it does. Just listen to me. Number one, it does. The Miz has the upper hand because he can use, like he always does. I beat a Hall of Famer. I beat a man that at one point in his career had 173 straight victories in WCW. That's the way it should have went down. I feel like that would have been a better plan than now. Okay, now we have this Elimination Chamber. Well,
Vinny, as a Vinny, when has the other Vinny, which is, VKM, ever cared about a WCW record?
I see what you're saying, but here's what I'm saying.
I hear what you're putting down.
Is if they want their talent to get put over, if they want their talent, it's kind of like Randy Orton in The Legend Killer. Okay. What did he for so long sit there and tell his fans? I'm the Legend Killer. I beat Mick Foley.
But it ultimately fell though because he lost at WrestleMania to
it fell,
Undertaker.
but he still had the opportunity to use it.
Correct.
So what I'm saying to you is they're not idolizing the. Listen, the Miz is a great talent. Okay.
Correct.
The Miz used to not be so good.
Right.
He used to be good on the mic, but bad at wrestling.
Correct.
Now.
He's okay.
He's okay,
right.
But he can still get by.
Right.
So what I'm saying to you is here's my theory. Who is Drew McIntyre, or what is the speculation of Drew McIntyre going into WrestleMania? Who is he going to face? And I don't want to hear, and I know you're both going to say it, I do not want to hear that he's going to face Brock Lesnar, because to me, that's crap.
It should be crap.
Garbage.
That is doo-doo.
If any WWE officials is listening right now, I want you to get a message to Vince McMahon. Tell him to sit back, relax, go home, Netflix and chill with Linda McMahon.
Or Disney Plus and Thrust.
Or Disney Plus, because you're not doing the show correctly. Okay? You're giving people false hope, and I don't want to see that big berserker come in the ring and sit
the berserker was over. The berserker was over, Vinny.
So later on in the show, we have Kofi Kingston taking on The Miz. Number one person who wins gets in the Elimination Chamber. Obviously, we all know Kofi Kingston beat The Miz, and if The Miz won, John Morrison would join the pack.
Yes.
So now we set up this Elimination Chamber. Later on, there was a gauntlet match, which determined the last competitor. You had AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton,
Sheamus,
Kofi Kingston,
and Drew.
Yeah.
Here's the funny part.
Okay.
Why would they have Drew McIntyre and Kofi Kingston in it?
I don't know. I think Marty Khan might be booking this show. Oh, he's AEW. My bad. I'm sorry.
It definitely didn't make sense to have Drew in that match.
In the match at all.
But
no, it didn't.
It is what it is.
And then the other thing that really stunk about Raw, which I'm going to tell you this right now. If nobody out there sees this, you're blind and you better get Magoo glasses.
Well, I am wearing glasses, so I'm waiting to see what you're going to say.
Bad Bunny.
Yes. That was awesome.
Bad Bunny
winning the title?
Wins the title.
Yes.
With the help of who, Mike Knoxxx?
Damian Priest.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Niko.
Sorry.
So
you're fine. I didn't answer.
Here's my theory about this. The only reason why this happened was because Bad Bunny's going on SNL. Okay? I hope to God. I'm taking my
Not
hat
the
off.
Eagles hat.
I'm taking
Go
my
Birds.
Eagles hat off.
Go
and I'm
Birds.
telling you, I hope to God that R-Truth shows up at SNL and pins him for the 3 count to become 51 champions.
Can I interrupt you just for 1 second? You hate R-Truth.
I hate
So you
R-Truth.
hate Bad Bunny worse than you hate
does.
R-Truth?
He hates Bad Bunny more.
R-Truth. I hate R-Truth. I hate R-Bunny. Let me tell you this right now.
Harder Bunny.
Truth Bunny. That's his name.
I hate
Truth
our
Bunny.
Truth Bunny.
Truth Bunny.
True Bunny. What's worse? Knowing that you're the guy that's okay and he's making more money than me, you, and Niko is now going to be maybe, which I know is going to happen, 51-time 24/7 champion, or the fact that now you have a guy that's he's won Grammys for his music, and now he's the champion holder. Why is there no confidence in any of the WWE talent? Niko, you told me this yesterday. What did you tell me about Bad Bunny? He has the what?
Bad Bunny has a massive following, and his post alone, claiming that he was the 24/7 champion, got 25,000 likes. WWE averages 800 likes per tweet.
What about his merchandise?
His merchandise sold out. He is the #1 WWE seller right now, and he has little to no impact of actually being a wrestler.
That's horrible.
Now, I get my haircut
That's
from my
business.
barber is a Puerto Rican. Okay?
So is mine.
One of my best friends is Colombian. My Colombian friend said to me, and I quote, Bad Bunny is trash. My Puerto Rican barber said, next to Daddy Yankee, and if you know dancehall music, he is the most popular person in dancehall music for Puerto Rico. I'm going to say this. I went to the Big and Tall store. Y'all know I'm big and tall. My wife likes them big and tall. If your women don't like them big and tall, that's your problem. You're short and stumpy. Listen, that Bad Bunny shirt I almost bought for $98 because it had its emblem on it. I guarantee you, Vinny, for somebody like you and your stature, you got a lot of play with that Bad Bunny shirt, brother. You might want to get you one. Get you one.
Listen,
like Frank the Tank, just one.
I don't need to be a playboy walking around with a Bad Bunny
What's wrong with
sweatshirt
being
on.
a playboy?
I don't need to be a playboy.
Playboy was awesome. I
Don't
still
need
have
to
a
be a
players only
playboy.
jacket.
The last thing we have to get into on Raw, MVP is now injured and suffered a leg injury. I'm going to tell you this right now, WWE. I do not know why you keep bringing these old-time dinosaurs in when nobody cares. Nobody cares about MVP.
But Sting's okay?
Sting's horrible too. Nobody has cared about him.
Jericho's okay?
Shelton Benjamin. Jericho is an exception. You know why? Because Jericho can reinvent himself every single time.
Have you seen his body lately?
Yeah, it's horrible.
I can perform better than him, and I mean in and out of their bedroom.
Yeah, it looks like Betty White at 93. That's what it looks like.
I love Betty White, though. She's like she's still
Betty
kicking.
White
I think she just hit 99.
Yeah,
dude.
she's old and still kicking.
Is she 99?
Yeah.
I knew it was in the 90s. I knew it was somewhere going on. I knew it was somewhere. But listen, when we come back here on the Vincent LaSpada Show, we're going to get into top matches of the week, the AEW Japan tournament, and whatever else is cool on Wrestling Time. You listen to the Vincent LaSpada Show right here on Florida Man Radio Network.
The Ed Till Show.
First of all, you guys would make a great couple.
Me and that 1,000-pound girl? Absolutely. I can hide anyway. She'd never find me. She would never find me. I'm in her elbow. Hey, I'm in your elbow. You'll never find me. Hey, I'm in your earlobe. You never find me. Yeah.
Ed, you know what? I watch it like probably you do because you can't not watch it. It is disgusting.
The Ed Till Show. Weekdays from noon till 3 on Florida Man Radio.
LaSpada's family-owned and operated since 1938, features their famous Philadelphia cheesesteaks straight from the heart of Philadelphia. Try one of LaSpada's signature hoagies, the famous with prosciutto and sopressata on top, the Monster Club with ham, turkey, and roast beef, or the traditional Italian hoagie. Everything is made from scratch, way overstuffed. That's the way they do it at LaSpada's. Plus a huge variety of wings, a ton of awesome flavors, 3 locations: Lee Road in Orlando, West State Road 46 in Sanford, and North Volusia Avenue in Orange City at LaSpadas.com.
Be a part of the hottest new radio show featuring current events, news, sports, wrestling, and movie reviews. Sponsor the Vincent LaSpada Show Saturday afternoons at 2 on Florida Man Radio. Email the Vincent LaSpada Show at gmail.com. The Vincent LaSpada Show at gmail.com.
The most important thing I learned from my father was work ethic and integrity. Never veer away from integrity, even if it costs you money.
International Diamond Center owner Keith LeClaire.
The core value for IDC is to protect the customer.
That means offering the largest selection, uncompromising quality, the strongest warranties, and honest guidance from experts who are not paid on commission. The other trait Keith picked up from his father, a passion for competing, making sure IDC customers always get the best price in the market on any purchase.
There's one thing I love is to be competitive, and I have never stopped. I hate to lose.
No games, no nonsense. Just the best values every day on diamonds, engagement rings, and fashion jewelry.
And that's what drives me every day. I work to have that inventory at the right price 365 days a year. So when you come here, you're not getting schnookered. You're getting the right price on the right item all the time. Period.
International Diamond Center with 4 Orlando locations. Online, shopidc.com.
LaSpada's has been family-owned and operated since 1938. Try one of their famous Philadelphia cheesesteaks straight from the heart of Philly. If you're looking for something unique, try one of their Philly burgers. Piled high and overstuffed. That's the way LaSpada's does it. LaSpada's now has a huge variety of wings, a ton of great flavors. Get 2 cheesesteaks and 10 wings for $28.99. They got 3 locations, Lee Road in Orlando, West State Road 46 in Sanford, and North Volusia Avenue in Orange City, and at LaSpadas.com. Come and see what LaSpada's is all about.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that we can give our daughters everything they need to grow and learn. But not every child can focus on classes and play dates.
Nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. face hunger. That's 1 in 6. School lunch might be their only meal each day, and it's heartbreaking to imagine any child going to bed hungry. We're dreaming of a perfect day when kids can smile, play, and just be kids without worrying about where their next meal will come from. Feeding America is working to make that perfect day a reality.
Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste. That food is given to families and children in need. Being a kid should be about doing things that make an ordinary day extraordinary. Learning to play an instrument, building a sandcastle, hosting tea parties. Hunger should never be an obstacle to growing up.
You can help end childhood hunger in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Get your fix of Florida Man Radio anytime and anywhere you are. Of course, you can catch Florida Man on 660 AM and 105.5 FM. But now you can listen wherever you are with the all-new Florida Man Radio app. And don't miss a second of the conversation at home by listening on your Alexa device. Just say, Alexa, play 105.5 Florida Man Radio. Florida Man is everywhere, unfiltered, unafraid. Get it how you need to. Now, let's step back in the ring with the Vincent LaSpada Show on Florida Man Radio.
And welcome back, guys, to the Vincent LaSpada Show right here on Florida Man Radio, 105.5 FM, 660 AM. Give us a call or text us 321-339-1055. Now listen, guys, if you're not, make sure you go to the Vincent LaSpada Show or Vinny LaSpada on Facebook or what? Niko Exxtra?
Instagram, Facebook, we're everywhere. Niko Exxtra, Mike Knoxxx, Vincent LaSpada, The LaSpada Show. Follow us and you could potentially win that belt right there.
Well, if you're not, go on there, watch the live stream, because right now our buddy Mike Knoxxx is sexy holding the belt. He's showing it off like he's a model on the runway in New York City. So you could win that belt. We're giving away that belt, and all you got to do is go on at LaSpada Show, follow, like the page, tune in every week, because me and Niko are coming up with a plan of how you can win that belt. Now,
I'm not involved.
Hold on. First of all, I already come up.
You don't get in.
I don't get in.
Listen, I've already came up with the idea, okay? Just now, I've come up. This is what we're going to do, fellas.
Just now.
Because I said that you're going to find out how you can win the belt, we're going to give the belt away. Each week, we're going to give a keyword away. We're going to give a
How
keyword.
long does the contest go out?
It's going to go up for a month. We're going to give
4
a keyword.
weeks.
4. So next week.
Does this mean anything to you? The 4.
Woo! 4 weeks in March. We're going to start it in March, okay? In March.
Road to WrestleMania.
So before then, still follow, like, and follow the Vincent LaSpada Show. In the beginning of March, we're going to start the contest For 4 weeks straight, I'm going to give away one keyword a week. If by the end of March, if you have all keywords to connect what the sentence says, you'll win that vintage WWF title. It will be yours. Scot-free, no strings attached. It will be yours. I'll send it out to wherever you live.
Well, who's Scott?
I said scot-free.
Right, I've always wondered who Scott was when someone says scot-free. Why does Scott get free stuff?
All right, well, guys, let's get into it. Let's talk a little AEW. AEW. Now, right off the bat, I'm going to tell you this right now. I am following a couple wrestlers that I think you guys should too, because I really do think they are right now explosive and they're going to blow up even more. I got three this week. I got John Silver from the Dark Order. If you've not watched John Silver, I don't know if you're living in a nutshell or if you're just too fat and you're at the buffet eating.
It could have been
because I'm gonna tell you what,
sex. You never know.
John Silver is a beast. He's a short guy. He's probably about 5'6", 5'7", but he's a beast in the ring. He's just dominant in the squared circle, and he's a big part of the Dark Order. And number one, Nick Camarado. Huge, coming out of the Nightmare Factory. Cody Rhodes, QT Marshall, and Dusty Rhodes have been training this guy for weeks now, and he's a beast. He's just as big, if not bigger, than Braun Strowman. Which, by the way, guys, I actually bumped into Braun Strowman.
I saw
this week
hitting some balls
at Topgolf.
Look at you hitting balls and elbowing with hobsnobbers.
But Braun Strowman,
hobsnobbers.
And Ty Conti. Ty Conti is a dominant force. NXT should be ashamed of himself for not having the right storyline for Ty Conti.
Flag on the play.
What? You gonna throw a flag on me?
Yeah,
Really?
I did. You just got a 15-yard penalty.
Why?
Because you just really like to poop on NXT talent.
Because they don't use them in the right direction.
What is the direct direction? You sit down and stand up to pee. Which one do you do?
Dude, she's a black belt jiu-jitsu, beautiful Brazilian pro wrestler.
She is very beautiful,
What
by the
else
way.
do you have that you... I mean, really? You're over there dealing with... What's those two stragglers on the side that lost to
in the Dusty Rhodes Classic?
Yeah, the ones that just lost.
Talking about Amber Moon? And
No, the ones before that they beat.
It's Ember Moon, by the way. Both of you
sorry.
call her Amber
Ember?
Moon.
It's Ember Moon?
No,
Amber
Casey, and
We do say Amber. With
Both of you do.
help me out here, guys.
Casey
and,
Cazzano.
Yeah, and who's the other girl?
Oh, I always forget her name.
well, only one that matters is Cazzano. The other one doesn't
Anyways.
matter. I'm sorry. Call in and we
Caden
Ty
Carter.
Conti.
Caden
might like
Carter.
you
Ty
if you call into
Conti
the
has
show.
so much talent in her pinky. Over a lot of the NXT talent, and they let her go because they had no storyline for her. It's a shame. Shame on you, NXT, for letting these talented people go.
I mean, they let Deonna Purrazzo go, and she's the Impact World Champion, or she was.
I
The
know.
Women's Champion.
Isn't the Impact World Champion coming back to NXT, though? The new
she
one?
coming
The
back?
newest one is on their way back.
Isn't it funny, though, guys, that all the wrestlers that had no storyline in WWE are getting major pushes, title predictions, and things like that because WWE has no idea what they're doing.
Vince, you are a wrestling fan for over 25 years.
Probably more
Don't
than
let
that.
them put the wool over your eyes. That is their job. If they were in WWE, they're only famous in AEW because they were on the WWE property. If they were never famous in WWE, AEW wouldn't give two rats patooies.
Well, let me tell you one wrestler.
About them.
Let me tell you one match in particular that I think was great this week that probably blew. It's probably short.
Talk to me, man.
But it probably blew all the other wrestling matches in NXT away.
Okay.
I'm talking about. He's from wherever and from whatever. Freshly squeezed.
Yes.
Orange Cassidy.
Well, that's not fair. He's just dope.
Taking on Luther. No.
But Luther's ass.
Listen, okay, the man might be.
He is ass.
He
And I'm
might
not
be.
about no trash can
the man
juice
might
either.
be ASS, but the fact is that Orange Cassidy is an underrated performer.
Underrated? Who underrates him? He is awesome.
He
He's
is awesome.
phenomenal.
No, he
No
is
AJ
awesome.
Styles.
But there's a lot of people that underrate him.
That's because fans are stupid.
Well, I'm a fan, and I'm not stupid.
Well, I'm a fan, and I'm stupid. Okay.
Another listen. That was it was a short match, but Orange Cassidy can put on one heck of a match.
Absolutely.
Next is another tag team that I think that should have been not let go for the pandemic. That WWE dropped them. FTR took on Matt and Mike Sydal.
Third best tag team in the world.
No, not the best tag
That's
team in the
the
world.
third best tag team in the world is FTR.
But I'm gonna tell you what,
They're my top 5.
even
Niko
having
shook his
Tony
Garbage.
Blanchard, what's his name?
Tully Blanchard.
Tully Blanchard.
Watch your mouth.
Only
Friend of
having
the
Tony
program.
Blanchard in there, I'm telling you, makes them a heck of a lot better. And I'm telling you what, a great tag team that was underestimated in WWE, and it's a shame that they got rid of them because of the pandemic. There are like 3 wrestlers right now in WWE that they should have just tossed out in the garbage.
Name them.
R-Truth.
Call them. What?
R-Truth.
What?
Kazawa.
What?
Should have threw Kazawa.
He has ninjas.
Anyways, main event time. Jon Moxley, Lance Archer, and Ray Phoenix. Which don't you crap on Ray Phoenix?
I think Ray Phoenix is one of the best in the world, and I'm being honest.
Taking on Eddie Kingston
currently.
And Butcher and the Blade.
But I
Another
think Eddie
great
Kingston's
tag
ass,
team.
and in person, like who's that guy you called out last week? You said in person you would smack him. If I see Eddie Kingston in real life, I would tell him, Vinny, to his face, you are ass, Eddie Kingston. You think you're hard, but you have no idea what it takes to be hardcore. That's what I would tell him, Vinny.
Well, I tell you this, it's funny you brought him up because he was actually my
you brought him up.
He was he was actually no, you brought up Kingston.
I did. No, I'm not sure.
No, you did. You brought up Kingston.
That damn R&R.
And I'm gonna tell you why I got to talk about Kingston before I get into the last.
Which Kingston? Kingston we call about his
Eddie Kingston.
Okay, that Kingston.
And he is ass. He does stink a lot.
Yep.
And the reason why I think he stinks is because yes, he can cut great promos, but if you watch the man come out, he doesn't know how to sell a crowd.
He can't talk either.
Number 2, he doesn't know really how to wrestle, and he takes his wrestling moves and knows as much to get himself by. He's not that great. He's a brawler. That's what he is. He's an ECW brawler. He's not a wrestler.
Whoa. ECW mean extremely crappy wrestling?
Hey, listen, they put Sandman in there, and he can't wrestle either.
Extremely crappy wrestling.
Yes.
That man's entrance was classic, though, with the cigarette and the beer. It was like a 7-minute entrance.
But listen.
It was pretty dope, by the way.
A great match by AEW. Jon Moxley, Lance Archer, Ray Phoenix. I can't give Ray Phoenix enough credit. Ray Phoenix is the new Rey Mysterio of today.
He's that dope.
I mean, the man
he's really good.
The man is insane in the ring. He jumps off of anything you tell him to do. I mean, he's just incredible.
Insane. It might be the booger sugar.
Let me say something. I think he's better than Rey Mysterio. I really do. I think he is better than Rey Mysterio in the ring.
Ooh.
We'll see if time defines that, but I really feel that right
Being
now.
better is not maybe hard, but can he be greater than Rey Mysterio?
Well, he needs to go to the WWE to do that, but we'll see.
Another match.
Need to go to
Another
WWE.
match I want to talk about. AEW Women's Champion Cheyenne.
Mm-hmm.
Have we seen Cheyenne in action? I mean, just fantastic. I mean, she's a very beautiful woman. She can fight, and it's you know what? It's a shame right now that listen. I know everybody's thinking, why is this man such on AEW's
knapsack?
Coat.
Knapsack?
You could say that, but I'm
You're
going to say
hanging from their balls like John on the car?
I'm going to tell you this right now. The reason why is because not only do they have great talent, they have great women's division. There is so many talent. And here's another thing, too. This is another thing that I think AEW does better than WWE. AEW has an hour-long AEW Dark on YouTube, okay? So the people that don't make Dynamite or even do make Dynamite still do an appearance on Dark.
So main event, SmackDown, 205 Live, NXT, none of those count?
No.
Okay.
You know why they don't count? Because they're always scheduled for the same crap. Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre,
I've never seen a 205 that focuses around Roman Reigns.
Randy Orton, your
I've
favorite.
Never seen a 205
Sami
or
Zayn.
main.
I watched 205 this week, and they revolve it around Kurt Stallion, not Roman Reigns.
Kurt Stallion.
I don't know who that is.
Listen,
by the way.
listen. I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to talk bad about Kurt Stallion.
No Italian.
I'm not going to talk bad about Kurt Stallion because he is good in the ring, and he might be a potential guest to come on the show. But
all in.
Do I think that there's a lot of more talented wrestlers in 205 Live than Kurt Stallion? Oh heck yes. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
I hate to cut you off, Vinny, because I don't want you to get away from it, all right? And that's, to me, the best thing that happened from AEW this week was the announcement of Kenny Omega coming to Jon Moxley, talking about the barbed wire explosion match.
Niko, we're going to that, right?
Exploding barbed wire.
Niko, we're gonna get tickets for that, right?
Going.
Hold on, I want to go.
You want to go?
You want to go too?
Listen, not since Terry Funk.
We keep thinking you live in Tampa. I forget.
Yeah,
you
I
still
don't live
here.
in Tampa. I live in Davenport.
But still though, is your wife gonna let you go?
First of all, my wife will let me run up in your girlfriend if it costs me, if I got paid for it. Okay, if I came home with money from it, my wife wouldn't care. Okay, and she's listening right now. As long as we get paid, wife doesn't care.
Well, listen, I got to tell you the best part of this week's wrestling, and it's the fact that on SmackDown, Cesaro tried to swing King Corbin and totally failed. Like,
no way.
That was horrible.
That was awesome because he came back to show how strong he was after the commercial break. Of course.
What, to get him off an inch off the ground?
The first time he was at... Listen, this is where you're so hard on wrestlers, Vinny. Right? It's like you go to the bathroom, you say, do I want Jergens or do I want or Johnson & Johnson? You have to choose which one is better. Okay? Listen, he gave an inch and he came back and gave a mile. The Cesaro swing after the commercial break, sometimes on live TV, you make a mistake. But the fact he actually did it at all, and let's talk about Corbin. A $39,000 watch. I thought that was hilarious. I don't know where that came from all of a sudden with him backstage, but that blew my mind. He has a $10,000 shoot now. And a $39,000 watch. I think the suit should cost more than a watch. Maybe that's just me. I'm not rich.
It should. Let's also talk about
$30,000 suits. I don't think that even exists.
Okay, maybe not.
Let's talk about Seth Rollins comes out and says that he sent a letter to WWE, and it's been delivered, and that it states that his return was ruined by Shinsuke Nakamura, and he pledges that he will destroy anybody in sight. This is from Seth Rollins. I don't know how I feel about that. Also, real quick, Edge comes out and he cuts a promo about saying that there's 13 competitors that could be potentially be in the running to be facing him at WrestleMania.
I loved it.
He also puts Roman Reigns on check, saying it tells him that he needs to check himself from the week prior, that he let his ego get to him.
Just for you and just for Niko and the fans watching on the stream right now, call in 321-339-1055. I'm going to take off my glasses. Okay? Because for the first time in the Tribal Chiefs history, he looked disheveled. He looked like, Edge was talking to him, he was like, see the little tilts of his heads and stuff. He was kind of thrown off by the way Edge was talking to him. And the fact that Uso made the biggest move of the night by super kicking Sami Zayn, who, by the way, I'm going to spoiler alert, Sami Zayn wins the chamber. And I'll tell you why later. Okay?
No.
I thought that segment was fantastic. You said no about
if
Sami Zayn so much.
Honestly, we're going to talk about the chamber later, but I think we all have different picks for who's winning.
If Sami Zayn wins the chamber, I will put on live Facebook. I will let Mike Knoxxx stop me as hard as he can in my nuts.
No, just a chair shot.
Sami
Take
Zayn
a chair
wins.
shot. I want her to. You might want kids in the future.
Wins.
You might want
because
kids.
that will be an embarrassment to wrestling.
How?
An embarrassment.
Sammy, it's all about
he
wrestling.
He is not a champion.
Hashtag wrestling is storyline, Vinny.
He's not a wrestler. But listen, that's okay, Mike, because when we come back, right here on the Vincent LaSpada Show, we're going to get into our predictions of Elimination Chamber this week, also talking about the matches and pro wrestling news. You're listening to the Vincent LaSpada Show right here on the Florida Man Radio Network.
You have Power Radio with Justin Clark.
20 minutes of very intense exercise.
So is it like a HIIT exercise?
And there's only one person allowed in there at a time. It's like a very quick 20-minute in and out. And I feel like I could kick your ass today, to be honest. I mean, I'm just going to be very clear with you. I mean, I feel like I have a fighting shot with you today.
You have Power Radio weekdays starting at 10 a.m. Unfiltered, unafraid on Florida Man Radio.
LaSpada's family-owned and operated since 1938, features their famous Philadelphia cheesesteaks straight from the heart of Philadelphia. Try one of LaSpada's signature hoagies, the famous with prosciutto and sopressata on top, the Monster Club with ham, turkey, and roast beef, or the traditional Italian hoagie. Everything is made from scratch, way overstuffed. That's the way they do it at LaSpada's. Plus a huge variety of wings, a ton of awesome flavors, 3 locations, Lee Road in Orlando, West State Road 46 in Sanford, and North Volusia Avenue in Orange City at LaSpadas.com.
Be a part of the hottest new radio show featuring current events, news, sports, wrestling, and movie reviews. Sponsor the Vincent LaSpada Show Saturday afternoons at 2 on Florida Man Radio. Email the Vincent LaSpada Show at gmail.com. The Vincent LaSpada Show at gmail.com.
Premier Couple Superstore takes you where you want to go.
Ooh, that's my favorite song. In fact, it's about time for a visit to Premier Couple Superstore. Let's go.
That's right. Sing her favorite song at Premier Couple Superstore with the largest and newest selection of lingerie. Premier Couple Superstore has what you want. 5009 South Orange Blossom Trail, or shop online at premiercouples.net. Premier Couple Superstore, because a couple that plays together stays together.
Premier Couple Superstore takes you where you want to go.
Bubba, did you sunbathe with your mask on again?
Oh no, I should have gone to Gatorland. When it comes to fun in the sun, you can't beat all the amazing animals, shows, and one-of-a-kind experiences. Plus, Florida residents get in for $14.99 through the end of February. Visit Gatorland.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Phil. The new coronavirus called COVID-19 is spreading in China and beyond. While CDC is working to stop the spread of the virus, we can all play a role in stopping this deadly disease. The CDC Foundation is a nonprofit organization supporting emergency response efforts in the United States and around the world. To get updates and learn how to protect friends and loved ones, find out how to help by going to cdcfoundation.org.
District Eat and Play. Come for the food, stay for the fun. There are 4 different escape rooms to navigate, 10 boutique bowling lanes, axe throwing, over 65 arcade games, old school and new school pinball machines, delicious dining, happy hour deals, and more. You can even book the perfect birthday party celebration. There's surely something for everyone. Check out District Eat and Play, located behind the Oviedo Mall. Call today at 407-542-3536. 407-542-3536.
LaSpada's has been family-owned and operated since 1938. Try one of their famous Philadelphia cheesesteaks straight from the heart of Philly. If you're looking for something unique, try one of their Philly burgers. Piled high and overstuffed. That's the way LaSpada's does it. LaSpada's now has a huge variety of wings, a ton of great flavors. Get 2 cheesesteaks and 10 wings for $28.99. They got 3 locations, Lee Road in Orlando, West State Road 46 in Sanford, and North Volusia Avenue in Orange City, and at LaSpadas.com. Come and see what LaSpada's is all about.
Get your fix of Florida Man Radio anytime and anywhere you are. Of course, you can catch Florida Man on 660 AM and 105.5 FM. But now you can listen wherever you are with the all-new Florida Man Radio app. And don't miss a second of the conversation at home by listening on your Alexa device. Just say, Alexa, play 105.5 Florida Man Radio. Florida Man is everywhere, unfiltered, unafraid. Get it how you need to, now. Time to get back in the ring with the Vincent LaSpada Show on Florida Man Radio.
Elimination Chamber. And welcome back, guys. This is segment 3 of the Vincent LaSpada Show. Right after us, I got to tell you, you guys have to listen to my buddies in the ATF show, Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms. My boys, for now, Steven and Art, they do such a fantastic job talking about 3 things that men love. We love our firearms, we love our tobacco, and we love our alcohol. And you guys can learn a lot from these guys. So stick around. Right after us is the ATF show. And also, man, I got to plug. We don't plug it enough because we're so hyped on the show. We have to talk about LaSpada's. LaSpada's, I know it's my family's restaurant, but I do appreciate them helping me out promoting the show. But listen, guys, we've been in business since 1938, so almost 30. I'm sorry,
almost 100 years.
82 years is as old as Betty White. And we do just a fantastic job. And thank you, everybody out there that's been supporting us through the pandemic and everything that goes on, because without you guys, the fans of LaSpada's would still not be around, so thank you guys for coming in. Make sure you guys check out LaSpadas.com, LaSpadas on Facebook and Instagram. I post a lot of what I'm doing, sandwiches and things like that.
It's not my family, and I love them.
I'll tell you right now, if you haven't eaten
good.
at LaSpada's, you're missing out. It's off Lee Road. I know there's 2 locations, but the one off Lee Road that Vince works at, you can go say hi. He might even give you a 5% discount. Probably not, but you never know. You can go get that steak and cheese. It's one of the best I've ever had. And if you're into the sub world,
you like them burgers too.
Ham and
You've
cheese,
been asking
the
about
burger,
a burger
the
all
wings.
week.
You can't.
Guys, before we go on to, I really have to shout out this man, because I really do think, without this guy on the radio right now, I don't know if I could continue doing what I do, because I really do feel like he sets the bar as high as you can for radio. And I'm talking about my man, Shannon Burke. Tell you, Shannon Burke, I'm telling you, his shows are... No, Shannon, honestly, guys, his shows are fantastic. If you've not listened to the Shannon Burke show, go listen to it. It's weekdays from 3 to 7 right here on Florida Man Radio, 105.5 FM, 660 AM. But the man gave us a great compliment this week, and I have to share with you all because I feel like it's really important. The man said that we do such a fantastic show, and that the Vincent LaSpada show sounds like a legit and true show. So thank you, Shannon, for that, because to me that's a very
badge of honor.
Yeah, that's because for Shannon to say that to me, it means a lot to me, because I do listen to Shannon every day. And if I don't listen to him, I go back on the replay on the Florida Man Radio app, which if you've not downloaded that, please do so, because that's where you can catch all the shows all week long if you've missed it. I mean, you have Ed Till, Shannon Burke. You also got Bubba the Love Sponge, and you got my man Justin Clark in the morning that holds it down. You just got a great, fantastic, and you also got Bill O'Reilly that fills in a couple spots. So just a fantastic group of people that really do care about this station. So make sure you check them out. Well, guys, let's get into some wrestling news. So I know right now MLW, Conan has a lot to do with MLW and what's going on. And in the beginning of the week, we heard that Conan has tested positive for coronavirus, but now he's actually in the hospital with something serious, something more than the COVID. Mike.
To my knowledge, as I checked last night, I do know that COVID was heavy in him. He was having complications from that. We know that Conan has had health issues in the past before. Those who don't know what we're talking about former LAX member, former NWO member, Conan. And right now, to my official information I've gotten, nothing's been confirmed exactly what's going on, but he is in ICU right now, so our prayers are out to Conan and his family that he makes a speedy recovery.
Yeah, because right here on the thing it says that they've recognized that his life is in danger.
Yeah, that's all I heard, was that he was in danger of losing his life right now. And so as a wrestling fan, as someone who's watched wrestling my entire life, I just pray that he comes out of this okay, and we wish no death on anybody. So
thoughts and prayers out to Conan.
I mean, listen, I don't know about you guys, but Conan was a big part of my growing up in my household, because Libre Laza was a big saying that he used to say back in WCW days. And speaking of WCW, I've been really watching as much as I can, because I don't know what Peacock and NBC have in store for the WWE Network. I don't know.
Nothing but dollar
yes.
bills, y'all.
But I don't know if they're going to take away or bring. I don't know what they're going to do. So with that being said, I am watching as much Nitro and Thunder as I can, because right now, honestly, guys, if I took AEW off the table,
yeah,
I still think Thunder and Nitro is 100% better than what we're watching right now on USA Network and NBC.
Well, let me just ease your mind, you, Vinny, and anybody who's also listening, that the Peacock deal with WWE Network is nothing different than what you get currently on the network.
Nothing.
It'll be exactly the same as you get the network now, except for you find the network on Peacock. There's nothing different. The same way you search and look for it will be the same. So a lot of fans out there are wondering, what are you going to get? If you've got it now, if you're not cheating now, you're not borrowing a friend's account now, and if you are borrowing a friend's account now, which I am personally as well, okay, it's the same exact.
Appreciate your honesty.
Yeah, it's the same exact layout. So I think a lot of fans are being scared and worried about what's going to happen. There is no difference. It's just why do a network, whatever it is they pay for, when Peacock's paying them $1 billion to do the same exact thing?
Well, it makes all the sense in the world to me. I really don't think it's a bad thing.
It makes sense because I'm going to say this last thing, and we have to get into Elimination Chamber stuff. I think the reason why I did it was because he's losing way too much money on not touring, and his TV deals and ratings are going way down the tube.
And how much did he lose in the XFL deal?
Well, he's just an idiot.
That was $100 million in the.
Listen, I'm going to say
a lot of things, and idiot's not one of them.
I'm going to say this right now, right online, right here on the Vincent LaSpada show. Vince McMahon is an idiot because he's lost his mind. He's lost his marbles.
He's like 80-something
I'm
years
going
old.
to NXT later on to get a sponsor, so let's not.
Okay. Well, anyways, let's get into it. Elimination Chamber is happening tomorrow night.
Yes.
Let's do predictions. Let's talk about matches.
Road to WrestleMania.
Yes. The last event on the WWE Network before it goes to Peacock, United States Championship is on the line. Bobby Lashley taking on Riddle versus Keith Lee. We don't know if Keith Lee is actually going to be in the match. We've heard rumors that he's not. I'm taking Riddle. Who are you taking, Mike?
I am taking Riddle if it's a triple threat match. If Keith Lee is in this match, then I think because it gets him to get over and Bobby doesn't lose anything, and having Riddle win this match with those two behemoths, it helps everybody, in my opinion. No one loses anything, no one gains anything. But if it's not a triple threat match, I think Bobby retains Niko.
I think either way, Riddle comes out on top. This is Riddle's moment. I'm hoping and praying that he will actually win the United States title, win his first individual title in the WWE, and we're going to get it signed.
That's right, because I'm out, before the weekend's over, I am purchasing, and I'll have it here next week live on the air.
I have it.
So you guys can look at it. I'm going to have the new United States Championship.
I'm going to hold it for you.
Elimination Chamber WWE Championship match. Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus versus AJ Styles versus Randy Orton versus Jeff Hardy versus Kofi Kingston. Who am I going for? I'm going for The Miz. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then Google it.
Cashing in.
I'm going for The Miz, but I'm going to tell you right now, if The Miz doesn't cash in, you know darn well that Drew McIntyre is retaining. So,
well, I guess I'm the moron who says Sheamus wins because it looks.
I love for Sheamus to win.
Sheamus wins.
Sheamus is great.
Well, Sheamus wins because Drew gets his moment he didn't get last year with fans in front of winning the title. So some champions, as the great Jim Ross would say, not the WWE champion Kenny Omega, but WWE champion Drew McIntyre is better as a chaser than a champion. And I think he wins that match, Niko, or Sheamus wins that match because of those reasons, Niko.
I'm actually hoping for AJ Styles to pull this victory off. I think they put Omos with him so he could have that backup that he needs because we already know that he's one of the best in the ring. He has been for over 20 years. I think AJ with Omos behind him makes a great storyline for the next 2 months with Drew McIntyre.
What a bum.
If Drew gets his shot at him, and I think this could really be something great, but I don't think it's going in that direction, unfortunately.
What a bum. He needs that big bum to be in the back of him. There's no reason for that bum.
He doesn't need that bum. That bum needs him.
And the facts, and that bum with AJ helps that bum a lot.
They help each other out.
Anyways,
this is HBK and Diesel all over again.
Anyways, we don't need that because AJ Styles is a
Except
household
for his knees
name.
are not clicking every time I turn my
He's a
remote control.
household name. Universal Championship #1 contender. Elimination Chamber match. Kevin Owens versus Daniel Bryan versus Jey Uso versus Sami Zayn versus Cesaro versus King Corbin. And what I don't understand about this match is the fact that we've already seen a preview on SmackDown, which they always do to us. They always jam it down our throats for no reason. It's like, why don't you let us see the storyline, see the way things pan out, then give us a stupid 6-man tag match?
Because you
nobody
guys
wants to
bitch and
see
complain
that
about
garbage.
having it your way, like they were at Burger King.
I am taking Daniel Bryan.
I like that. I'm taking Sami Zayn because it helps the storyline of the conspiracy that he's throwing out there that happens against him in the WWE. So he wins the match and then loses to Roman Reigns that same night and helps the conspiracy theory about why did I have to win this match to fight another match to win the belt when the other guy had a match for the belt. That's my thoughts, Niko.
You all know that at the end of the day, Roman still walks out with the belt, so it doesn't even really matter who wins the Elimination Chamber.
Facts.
But I do feel that Daniel Bryan's also going to win this match. We'll see. It's going to be very interesting, and I'm really excited about this pay-per-view. I'm not usually excited
Is
about
that the last
Chamber.
match? Is that the only match?
I think that would probably be the first match of the night, to
I
be
think it's
honest,
the first
because
one.
of the fact that the winner gets another match.
It has to be
later.
the first match so
Yeah.
Roman can fight before
Right.
the final
Exactly,
Elimination
yeah.
Chamber.
No, I'm saying, is there? There's no women's match. Oh yeah, there is. Sorry, excuse me. Because when I was looking at my notes, I guess I didn't put everything in there. Women's Tag Team Championships is on the line right before they go and take on
My hole?
Dakota Kai.
My hole.
Dakota Kai.
And Raquel Gonzalez.
Yes, which I hope for sure
But
that
my
they
hole.
beat them.
I think they're both winning belts on that day. Just me.
We got Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler taking on Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair, which is a horrible tag team. Horrible. which is the
DST,
garbage.
the bank?
Yeah. I'm taking Nia Jax and Shayna because
It's the Bailey Sasha Banks storyline from last year.
I'll give you
it's
that.
the same exact
But I'm
storyline.
going also with Beauty and the Beast to win that match. That's
Who are you guys taking?
Beauty and the Beast, who I call Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler.
Who are you taking real quick?
I think Nia Jax wins just so they can lose Wednesday.
SmackDown Championships are on the line as Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler take on the Street Profits. As much as I want the Street Profits to win, I'm seeing that Ziggler and Roode are retaining.
Street Profits get their belts back. They shouldn't have lost them. They lost them because of injury. Injury wasn't as severe as they thought it would be. So I think Street Profits gets them back so they can get their Orlando moment. There you go.
Street Profits.
Last
I
match
love
on
the
the
Street
card, Sasha Banks taking on Carmella for the SmackDown's Women's Championship. I have Sasha Banks.
I have Sasha Banks as well, but I think there's a lot going into with Cormier, or I can't say his name right. Sommelier. That whole thing is a swerve, so I'm going with Banks still to win, but not surprised, Niko.
Banks is going to win. It's all about Bianca versus Banks at Mania.
Mike, where can they find you at?
At Mike Knoxxx, 3 X's, Extra Mama Why I'm Hardcore.
Niko, where can they find you at?
At Niko Exxtra, 2 X's, and Wrestling News Source, our new sponsor.
You can, that's right. Congratulations to that.
Boom.
You can find this, me and Niko, on Wednesday nights right after NXT and AEW. We'll be talking about everything pro wrestling on World Wrestling Radio. You can find me, Vincent LaSpada, at LaSpada Show. Also find me at Vinny LaSpada on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And stay tuned. Right after us is our buddies in ATF, Art, Fernell, and Steven, as they take it over Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms. I'm Vince LaSpada. That's Niko Exxtra. That's Mike Knoxxx. And we'll see you guys next week. Take care, everybody.
Peace.